So in our first week here in Holy Family, one of the presentations that we do for our young people is on the spirituality of Holy Family, and something that was quite apparent this year was the need to focus on balance, right? So balance in the spiritual life. So we all have a need for, and then it's good for us to engage in activity as regards the faith, and it's also important for us to have moments of silence, moments of recollection, moments of stillness. It's important for us to have times of community. It's also important to have times of solitude. It's important for us to have times of prayer. It's also important for us to have periods of work. And this is the age-old, tried and tested wisdom of the centuries when it comes to religious institutions as well. The Benedictines being most maybe notable for their for their rule of life, ora et labora, ora, prayer, and labora, labor, work, prayer and work. So in our lives following the Lord, this isn't just for priests and religious, by the way, for all of us, we need this balance of prayer and work. So the Lord hasn't called anyone to spend all of their lives in the chapel, because there's a real danger of spending all of your time in the chapel. That's you can become, in a kind of an unhealthy way, disconnected from other people. We're supposed to be, we'll say, disinterested from the things of the world, but not disinterested in people, as in we should care about people. We should care. So there's a danger that you can actually hide in the chapel. I remember one example of, in my own seminary, there was this one guy, and he used to love reading books of saints, and he used to know an awful lot about saints, and it was great, fantastic. But my goodness, if you needed potatoes peeled, you'd never ask him, because he'd find, oh no, I have to, there's someone called me there earlier, I need to pray for X, Y, or Z, and he'd dodge work by going to the chapel. He'd dodge work, so that's not loving, that's not serving, that's definitely not God's will. It's not how the Lord himself behaved, it's not how any of the saints behaved. So you need prayer and work. Why this? Because prayer is where we get the strength, the grace, the consolation to then go and serve others, to then go and build up his kingdom, to then go and love. So like what flows into my heart from God is supposed to flow out of my heart into others, and then I come back to him to be refilled, and off we go again. Whereas if I'm hiding away from service, my life actually becomes kind of selfish. It's all about me and my consolation and my joy. And that's not how love works. The dynamic of love is that it flows. We receive it, we give it, we receive it, we give it. It's hopefully reciprocated, and we give some more. It must flow. They say like the Sea of Galilee, right? The Sea of Galilee it's teeming with life. All right, so that's where the apostles would have fished. And as the river Jordan comes out of it, the river Jordan then flows into the Dead Sea. Dead Sea takes the river Jordan, takes everything it can from the river Jordan, but it gives nothing. It's a dead end. It's salty, and so it's effectively poisonous for fish, so nothing can live in it, hence the Dead Sea. It takes, but it gives nothing. There's no life. On the other hand, the Sea of Galilee, it's full of life, and it's giving. A river flows from it. Same kind of idea with us. So we come to the Lord to be fulfilled in order to give that. So this gospel about Mary and Martha, we shouldn't misunderstand this as all of us are called to a contemplative life, which obviously you're not. All of us are called to a contemplative life where all we do is pray in the chapel. Now, have to be careful of this, because our whole lives should become prayer, but that doesn't mean we're always in the chapel. Sometimes, yes, you have to get under your car and change the filter. Sometimes, yes, you have to mow the lawn. Sometimes, yes, you have to wash out a bucket that someone put a sloppy milk container into 3 weeks ago and left it out in the sun and never cleaned it, and now it's your job. All right? So sometimes, yes, you have to do those kind of things. Is that contrary to our faith? Is that contrary to this commandment to spend time at the Lord's feet? No. This is an expression of love. So even this can be turned into prayer, which means all things can be turned into prayer, but all things are not in the chapel. There's the difference. Our lives should become lives of prayer, but you think of the responsibilities of a young mom or a mom with young children and the constant demands on her time for their attention, nappies, feeding, cleaning, schooling, all that's like a constant draw from you. Is this in some way against the Lord's commandment to spend time with him in prayer? No, the mom has no choice, but this is absolutely a sanctifying role for her. This is the place, the vocation that the Lord has chosen for her to be sanctified. And my goodness, will she be sanctified? Learning how to give even when you are exhausted and you continue giving. So now your heart's being transformed into an ever more loving heart, an ever wider heart. Through our service, we learn to love. Because we learn then that our life isn't just about us. It's not all about me. It's not all about me and my needs. So there's something very beautiful about striving for balance in our lives. Prayer and work. And preferably transforming our work into prayer. So our times in silence, fantastic. But our times of work shouldn't be like contrary to our times of prayer. They should be complementary to our times of prayer. So what we do, what we learn in prayer, we bring into our work. I was listening to a podcast recently, and there was just a sister who made this comment, and she spoke about any of the difficulties that we may be going through. Challenges in our family or in our work, in our health, in our finances. And she just asked the question, she asked two questions. She said, first of all, she said, where is God in this? Where is God in this? So someone you've lost someone in your family, or there's something going very wrong in your life. You had a certain plan, and now everything's just going a different direction. To ask, firstly, where is God in this? Where is he? What's he revealing in this? Like, what does he want to do in this? But secondly, she asked, where is God loving me in this? Well, that's a harder question. Because when things go wrong, that's where we may be tempted to think God isn't loving me here. And that's why we have this problem. You know what I mean? I failed the exam, or this relationship fell apart, or there's this bereavement or illness, because they were the moments when God kind of as such forgot about me. So to kind of turn that around and say, where is God loving me in this situation? Where is God loving me here? Where is he loving me? It's very, very interesting to reflect on your own life and your own struggles, whatever you're carrying, and to ask yourself, where is God loving me in this? What's he trying to, what does he want to do? What does he want to reveal, to heal? What does he want to bring to the surface so that we don't have to be afraid of what's inside? What's he trying to do? How is he loving me here? So we ask the Lord today to renew our prayer lives and renew our lives of work and service in whatever field you work in, that we can bring him into that, bring the Lord into our work, bring our prayer into our work, and bring our work into our prayer, that all of our lives, from 9 to 5 and from 5 back to 9, are united to the Lord. Amen.